Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder, thanks for calling in. How are you?
I'm fine, McGraw. I must apologize to you and your listeners if there's any highway noise. I'm heading down I-44 to a scheduled appearance in Union, Missouri, in Franklin County. But McGraw, I wanted to call in and say that I posted a live statement about a half an hour ago on my Facebook page. Folks can go see it, hear it. The awful events last night in Dallas have shocked and saddened and dismayed us all, and this is a time when we've got to stand together in unity and prayer behind our peace officers, with our peace officers, alongside our peace officers. They are the only thing, these heroes are the only thing standing between us and utter lawlessness and anarchy in the streets. And this savage, multiple planned attack, this multiple assassination attack, is unlike anything I can remember in American history. And it is just so ghastly and so awful that we've all got to stand together in unity, and we've got to be praying for all our peace officers. Almost as sad as the act, as the dastardly act itself, was the statement this morning by the police chief in Dallas, who said that most days these days, the police officers don't feel much support from the community. Well, that has to end. We have to support our peace officers. God bless each and every one of them. I see that Chief Dotson in St. Louis has said that effective immediately, all of the officers in his command will be patrolling and traveling in pairs. Let's all ask God's blessing on all of these peace officers. All lives matter. Black lives matter, blue lives matter. We are all in this together, McGraw. And any voices of division and divisiveness must be condemned by all peace-loving, law-abiding Americans.
Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder, of all the things we've heard this morning, the protests going on in Dallas were extremely peaceful. The police officers were there keeping the protesters safe so they could protest. There are pictures.
Exactly.
There are pictures up on social media of the peaceful interactions between the police officers and the protesters. So that's what you want when it comes to policing the protesters and the protesters protesting.
Yes, you have underscored the heroism of these officers who were there doing their jobs to protect and defend the rights of law-abiding Americans to register a protest in a peaceable fashion. And the unrestrained savagery and dastardly nature of these attacks is underscored by the fact that they positioned snipers in advance at elevated positions, firing down with the maximum field of fire on effectively nearly defenseless people who were their targets, who had no place to hide. Now, I'm sure they were all wearing some kind of bulletproof armor vest, which makes me think two things. One, some of these shots had to be shots to the head intended to kill, but even wearing the body armor, I'm told that the rifle shot, unlike a handgun shot, the rifle shot will not be stopped by those armored vests. God bless our peace officers. I get choked up thinking about them, how many we've lost, and how many more we may lose among those critically injured who may not make it. Let's pray for them and all their families, and pray that this reign of lawlessness comes to an end, and any voices of division must be condemned. And too often those voices of division have been encouraged and stoked by voices from on high, even from Washington, D.C. Enough is enough.
Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder, thank you for calling in. Travel safe, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you, McGraw.
You got it. Lieutenant Governor Peter Kinder here on the Big 550 KTRS.